Hey girls, it's Julie David, and I have an exciting day planned, and I wanted to share a little bit with you and hopefully encourage you to get your 2017 off to a bang. You know, I think some of you out there are feeling a little discouraged. You're feeling like you can't get any shows, and maybe you're even thinking about quitting. Listen, don't do it. I'm telling you, Premiere is amazing, and 2017 is going to be awesome. I truly believe it. You know, in February, I will be in Premiere 10 years. Can you believe it? And in those 10 years, I have never done 100 jewelry shows in a calendar year. Never. It's not even been on my radar. I typically have done 5 jewelry style events every month. That's it. Well, this year, after Rally, I was getting myself a little frustrated and needing a little extra money. And I'm just gonna be honest with you girls, I was experiencing some stinking thinking. Have you ever been there? Have you ever started to feel a little frustrated, a little sorry for yourself, a little like, I'm not pleased with my business. I'm not happy with where it's at. Well, I'm gonna be honest, that's where I was at. And I was talking to God about it, standing in the bathroom, curling my hair. That's where this ADD brain actually calms down and can think. And God said, Julie, why don't you just go do some more jewelry shows and make the money that you need? And I thought, well, because I'm a homeschooling mom and I have over 100 people on my team, God, and I'm a busy wife and chauffeur and you know, all those things that I do. And he said, yeah, I'm pretty sure you need to go do some more jewelry shows. And so I was obedient. And that right then and there, I got on my phone and I focused at the jewelry style events that I actually had on my calendar, scheduling more, and in one 10-day period, I scheduled 11 future jewelry shows. Okay, and I started to do 8 shows every single month since July. Now, 100 shows still wasn't on my radar, right? I was kind of busy. But, you know, when we had that really awesome 50% week there in the beginning of November, I just did, I think, 4 jewelry shows and a training show, and something caught my eye. Do you check your little bracelet page for your awards and recognitions? I'm just gonna admit I do, okay? Because I love those bracelets. I love those charms. I love earning recognition. I just do, it's my personality. So I looked at it and it said I was, I think at that point I needed 25 more jewelry shows to make 100. And I thought, oh, that's a lot. But then I started to count how many I had on my calendar, and really I only needed 6 more. So I got busy. Now, why am I telling you this? Because you are sitting there thinking you need a style event, you need 2 style events, you need 3 style events. You don't know where to begin. And you think, well, everybody that's out there that's doing so well, that are the top retailers and the people that are getting recognized, it just comes easy to them. People are probably calling them on the phone going, can you do a style show for me? Well, listen girls, we work for everything we do. The difference between the people that have an empty calendar and the people that have 29 events in 6 weeks is that we get busy, okay? So here, I'm gonna give you some ideas on how I made that happen and why. So first of all, let's talk about the why. The why is that this is important to me. This is my business. This is my career. This is how I pay for this home that we live in, right? My husband and I, we need both incomes to live here. And I am so blessed by the fact that I can earn the money that we need and still be home every day to be with my children who are doing school at home. They're all upstairs right now working their little butts off doing school. And I do spend a lot of time helping them. So if you think that this is something that just a stay-at-home mom has time to do, listen, that's like a full-time job. I'm helping with geometry, biology, health. My kids have learning disabilities and are gifted, so I'm all over the place helping them all of the time. And that is really busy, not to mention I'm their personal chauffeur, right? But in the midst of all that, I was still able to do all of these jewelry shows. And scheduled many of them right now so that I could meet that goal. So right where you're at right now, you can change things. You can make 2017 an amazing year. You can start right now, okay? Why should you do that? Because you had a vision for Premier in your life, right? There was a reason that you joined our Premier family, right? For me, it was so that I could do exactly this, be a stay-at-home homeschooling mom. And I am so blessed that God has continued to allow me to do it. It doesn't come easy. It's hard, but it is so worth it. Is it worth it to you? Is it worth fighting? Is it worth being a little embarrassed? Is it worth stepping outside of your comfort zone and getting rejected? Because I personally hate rejection. I'm going to share one little thing so that's just a little glimpse into who Julie David is. Julie David is a closet low self-esteem addict, okay? So I have struggled my whole life with low self-esteem, fear of criticism, fear of rejection. Oh, yes. And yet God has given me the job that rejection is part of the daily grind, right? So he has really helped me to take what I used to be, which was an introvert, and through sheer willpower, turn me into what you think is an extrovert, but I'm not. I'm a secret introvert with low self-esteem. So there you go, okay? So if I can do it, you can do it, okay? Now, how? All right, I have all of my jewelry set up. There's a whole nother table in the other room, and my counter is covered with $15 items. So I just want to show you that what I tell you to do, I absolutely do myself, okay? So what I do is I take advantage of that personal home show opportunity. I've had so many in the past year, probably too many, but I do them a lot. Now, this one, I had a theme, and I think if you can come up with sort of a theme, that helps, just makes it a little more fun, but it's not necessary. So step one is that you need to decide that you are taking the bull by the horn and that you are going to get more style events on your calendar. It has to be a goal, not just a thought in your head, a hope, a dream. I hope it happens. If someone called me, I'd do a show. Girl, you are gonna make it happen, okay? You've gotta be determined. You wanna start with having your own personal home show event. Now, my recommendation is that it is at least 2 days. If you don't have anything going on, make it 3. Give people an opportunity to come to your home when it's convenient for them. You know, when you're home, you can do things like this. Make a video, work on a scrapbook, clean your kitchen, pay your bills. You're at home, okay? So if no one comes, it's okay. Use that time to text people, call people, Facebook people, and get them to come. All right, but you're gonna pick a time where you're gonna do a little presentation, and you might wanna focus on one particular group. Might be your top hostesses, your favorite hostesses. One year I did the homeschooling moms. One year I did my Bible study. If you're a teacher, it could just be teachers, it could be neighbors, it could be relatives. Focus on a group or invite everybody, and just who can come to that, they can come. I think it's fun to give them a gift when they come. Today, if you RSVP'd, you're gonna get a $5 coupon to spend on top of already discounted stuff. So that's just fun. Sometimes I have little scarves. Sometimes I have blingy pens. Sometimes I don't even know, I have bracelets. I've done bracelets a lot. Okay, so I think it's fun when they come to give them a little gift. And have prizes, okay? So you can give away some of the free jewelry. You could take a retired piece of jewelry and have a drawing for the people that come to the show. Then you're gonna have an open house, and that's a period where people can come and go. One of the things that's really helpful is if you can ask them to pick a time slot so that you don't have too many people in your house. It also creates FOMO, fear of missing out, like, you know, I actually have to get a time slot. There's gonna be so many people there. And you wanna have a really crazy awesome deal. I mean, crazy awesome. So part of my theme is that this is my birthday month and I'm turning 46. So everything is 46% off. But you can make it 50% off. Some years I don't do that. I just say, Hey, I'm gonna have all sorts of jewelry, $10, $15, $20. Clearance out even current pieces. Why? Because you can rebuy them at 50% off and they'll be a nice, fresh new piece. Now, so you could do 50% off and then have $10, $15, $20 trays. When they arrive, I'm gonna give them a tray, one of my little trays, right? And I'm gonna say, hey, since this is basically cash and carry, but I take credit cards, you're gonna wanna pick off and put in the tray what you want. It also creates FOMO, okay? Fear of missing out, like, I gotta get that piece that I want. And then when I do my presentation tonight, what I'm gonna do, instead of my normal presentation, since I want them to pick pieces that they like and they can't all get the same piece at that discount, I'm going to take pieces from their trays and I'm gonna talk about that. So I will pick what they love and make them love it more and wanna buy it. Now, this event is not intended to be a moneymaker. It can be. I've sold $2,000 off of my table before, right? So it can be a huge moneymaker, but you cannot look at it as a moneymaker. Today, I may only have, right now I have 3 or 4 or 5 girls that are planning to come tonight. That's okay, because one of them may end up becoming part of my team. Maybe I will schedule a show with a few of the other ones. And so that intimacy, that time to chat with them and talk to them and visit with them is what I'm looking for. If she is a friend of mine at church and I feel awkward talking to her at church about how she should schedule a show, I don't, just so you know, like I always talk about it, but if you feel awkward, what's so great about this is you invite her to something. So maybe it's the pastor's wife. Susie, I would love for you to come to my celebration for my birthday, and I'm giving everybody 46% off. You should get a last minute Christmas gift and just come on over. Bring your mom, bring a friend. It'll be so fun. Okay. She comes, we do the little presentation, we're talking, she loves the jewelry. Oh girl, you love so much. You should just have your own style event. You know, we could do it as a fundraiser for the church. What if we did this to help with the youth group's mission trip? See, she's in the environment of the jewelry show, okay? There's pixie dust in the air. This is what we're talking about. And so it's very easy to bring that into conversation. It's logical, it's obvious. She'd find it odd if you didn't talk to her about it. And you're most likely going to get her to say yes. And then have something fun for her. An extra discount, a piece of jewelry, a bracelet that if she gives you a date right now, she can take with her. I don't mind giving people something if they come to my home because we're buds now. I mean, you came into my home, you had my treats. You know, we visited, we bonded, you're not gonna cancel. They really don't. And so I give them a fun little, usually what I'll do, like what I'm gonna do tonight is, I have 46 pieces that I marked down to $15 each. Lot of retired, but some things weren't. And I'm gonna say to them, hey, you can pick any piece off of this retired table, off of this $15 table, and it's free. Take it home if you give me a date. Okay? So what I'm doing is I am working and getting to know these gals and trying to get them on my schedule for 2017. Now it's really important that you offer to these folks that if they can't come during your open house period, they can't come during your style event period, that they can find a date apart from this, so we can schedule something that does fit their schedule, because they may very well be interested, but those times are bad. They're out of town, they're working, the kids have activities. Go and have coffee with them and take them some trays of jewelry. Tell them to pick some pieces, take pictures of your stuff, but do that after your open house. I've made that mistake. Don't post pictures before your open house. We want them to come and see. But then after, go ahead, post pictures, okay? All right, so we are gonna set the date. We're gonna make it more than one day. We are gonna do a little bit of a presentation. We're gonna make sure that we have a fun little gift of some kind for those that come, maybe a drawing as well. And we're gonna have a special present if they schedule jewelry shows right then and there for the coming year. Okay, so how do you get the word out? Well, if you have Hood & House, you can actually run a report and say who you want to get the emails from. Hostesses, customers that did 2 or more items. You could go all the way back to the beginning of the time that you're in Premier, or just do the last year. But you want to then ask for the emails, and then you can copy all of the emails and send out an email. Now, if you send an email, always do that blind copy so they aren't getting everybody's email addresses. Now, you can just send a regular email. What I do is I create a cute little email. Maybe I put a picture in it and I explain what's going on and invite them to the event. And then I will copy 20, maybe 40, maybe 60 emails at a time, and then blind copy and send it out. And then I just copy that email and do it again. Here's a fun little twist. There are places out there. I use smore.com, S-M-O-R-E, and you can do a trial version of it, but I create my newsletters on there. So this last time I created a newsletter, and what's cool about that is that I could copy all of the emails at once and send it out. Constant Contact does that as well, but Smore is cheaper. So that's kind of fun too. I also create a Facebook event and I put everybody in there, and then you can go live and you can post some fun things, and it's just great. You've got to get the word out. The emails are good to catch that person that you forgot about, that you would never have thought about, that didn't come to your mind. Maybe it's just a customer. But the people that you're really going to get to come are going to be the people that you text. So you want to get cozy on the couch in front of the fire, open up your contacts, and just start in the A's and start texting people a little picture invite and a little personal message. Hey, Susie, how are the kids? Listen, I'm having this celebration show. Everything's 46% off. You should stop by. Have some cake. It's going to be fun. It won't be the same without you. Now, are you going to hear back from these people? No. Okay? I'm just telling you, people don't reply. And it's rejection. Oh, I hate it. So you gotta like suck in it, you know, okay, I can do this, okay? But some of them will reply. So if you send out 100 text messages and 7 people reply back, awesome, okay? They just ignore it, you know, that's okay. But we've got to put it out there, let them know, because they're not ignoring it because they're mad. They're just like, oh, maybe I'll answer that later. Oh, I wonder if I can go. Oh, that's kind of interesting. And they just don't reply. It's my biggest pet peeve is when people don't reply to my text messages, but that's just the way society is going today, right? So you just have to do it. And then you might be pleasantly surprised with who responds. Now, you've got to remind. And as you're sitting here waiting for people to come and you don't want to make a video like me, then send text messages out. Go live on Facebook. But you need to market yourself and remind people. Make sure you're seeing them in person. Today, when I went to Costco to pick up my cake, I ran into 2 of the people that said they would come. So I made sure that I talked to them, reminded them, gave them a hug, said I'm getting the cake, can't wait to see you. It's gonna be really hard for them to not show up after just seeing me, right? So we wanna get out there. Now you might be saying, okay, Julie, but I don't know who to invite. I don't really have any past hostesses, past customers that I can call on. My family's tapped out. Okay, here's an idea for you. How bad do you want this? Do you want to just give up and be done? Or do you have some fight left in you? Okay, because if you have some fight left in you, girl, you can do anything. Go out and meet some new people, okay? So who are the new people you're gonna meet? Okay, you're gonna go to all of the places you do business. Who do you have insurance with? Because they have an office. Take some catalogs, maybe some cookies for Christmas or whatever, donuts if it's not Christmas time. Go in there, introduce yourself, and say, hey, you guys are small business owners, so am I. I'm kicking off my business, having a sale. Here's some catalogs. I would love for you to get me some referrals. Come, check it out. If you need anything, I'm here for you. Make some connections, chit chat, talk with them. Same thing with your gynecologist, your pediatrician, your dentist, your optometrist. I have booked shows at my eye doctors. Shocking, right? I know. Oh yeah. And a lot of my other doctors, they know I've left books, I've talked to them, give them coupons, give them thank you, I appreciate your help with my insurance, with my medical issues, whatever it might be. The tellers at the grocery store, invite them. Go out. Are you in a Bible study? Are you in an exercise class? Are you in a cooking class? Are you in a play group? All of those things, get involved. Okay, you don't want to do any of that? Go to your local Chamber of Commerce. Join a women's networking group. Join BNI, Business Networking International. Go to vendor events. You need to get out there and meet new people. It's not just going to magically happen. It doesn't magically happen for those of us that make it happen. We make it happen, okay? My dad even went into GM in the month of November and went up to his big burly friends. My dad is 70, and he said, "Would you like to buy some ladies' jewelry?" And he got me 3 orders. So everybody needs to get involved and stand behind you and help you out. And you know what? If you right now are feeling sorry for yourself because you don't have anybody to stand behind you and help, quit it. You are your own woman and you can make this happen. This is an amazing business opportunity. You make 50% of everything you sell. You could go work it, you could give up on this and not try and go work at Target and have to wear a red shirt and khaki pants and everybody will tell you what to do and when to do it. You have to work on holidays and work on Sundays and work when your kids have choral concerts and you can't get out of it. And you can make $8 to $10 an hour. You work 8 hours, you're gonna make $80 before taxes. Okay, you could go do one jewelry show and come home with $100 or $200 or $300. You cannot beat this. If you need a raise, go do more shows. And here's what happens. If you do more jewelry shows, you will do more jewelry shows. That's how it works. So when I decided back in July that I was gonna kick up my business and I had an amazing August, guess what? Those birth more events, and then those birth more events. And then pretty soon you have so many in a month, you're like, I don't even know how I got here or what to do. It is amazing. It starts with one. You can be your own one. Do what I'm doing today, okay? Have your own fun little style event. But don't just put it out there and hope people will magically show up, because they won't. You got to keep putting it out there. You got to keep talking to people. You got to encourage them to come. You got to be willing to face rejection. But I know that you can do it, and I know that it's worth it. I've been doing this for 10 years. I am a transformed woman because God used Premier in my life to make it happen. I was someone that didn't feel like she had any friends. And I was crazy, crazy uncomfortable when I walked into a room of people where they all knew each other. I wanted to die. And that is the job that God dropped me into. Why? Because he knew it was better for me than I knew for myself. And he put me exactly where I needed to be. Are you exactly where you need to be? Are you not yet the woman that God wants you to be? Guess what? He can use Premier to sharpen you and turn you and sculpt you into the woman that he sees inside of you. All you have to do is be willing, courageous, strong, mighty, willing to put forth the effort, and I believe you can do it. So I hope 2017 is awesome for you and that you dive in and have a crazy year that you didn't even expect would happen. Maybe you're gonna go from 0 to 100 shows in 2017, and oh, if you do, email me because I wanna know and I will cheer with you. I believe you can do it. So starts with 1, have a clearance sale. End of this month, maybe the beginning of January, to make way for the new line. Talk it up, be courageous, meet new people, and have a great year.